Hall of Famer and TNT analyst Charles Barkley joining us live on SportsCenter. Charles, what team do you think LeBron will pick?
I'm hoping he stays with the Cleveland Cavaliers, to be honest with you. I think it's just a great story. He was born there. I just hope he stays with the Cleveland Cavaliers, to be honest with you, Kevin.
Okay, you said you're hoping. Where's your gut leaning that LeBron's going to go?
Honestly, I think he's going to stay with the Cavaliers. I truly believe that.
Then why do you think all this is being played out right now, especially the last 2 months with all the teams? It seems like the last 2 years as well, and him leaving the door wide open.
Well, I think he wanted to keep the pressure on the Cavaliers. And I want to say, I think that Mike Brown and Danny Ferry, I think they got screwed by the Cavaliers. They did everything possible to get them some help. They just got beat by better teams in the playoffs, to be honest with you. But it's really, to me, it's been more of the Knicks, Chicago, those teams Miami, trying to clear cap space. You know, I don't think LeBron's ever said he was leaving Cleveland.
Now, over the weekend, LeBron met up with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, to talk about their future together in Miami. The trio are friends. You had a close relationship with Michael Jordan, other big stars when you played. Did you guys ever talk about playing with each other outside the Dream Team?
No, because I think if LeBron James, who I think is the best player in the NBA, if he's going to go down as a legend, I think he has to win the championship by himself. I mean, clearly he's going to need better players. But to piggyback on Dwayne Wade, because if he goes to Miami, it's clearly going to be Dwayne's team. He's already won a championship. I got great respect for Chris Bosh. But if LeBron James, because think about this, and I'll use this analogy, we finally just started giving Kobe Bryant his just due when he won the first championship without Shaq and again on the second one. And it's just something different about that. If he goes to Miami and wins with Dwayne Wade, it won't be the same as winning like Shaq and Kobe. Kobe didn't get his respect until he won by himself the last two. And LeBron, if he wants to be on the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird list, he's going to have to go to a team, hopefully in Cleveland, and win it as the leader of the team, not as a sidekick.
You're talking about LeBron's legacy, but if he teams up with D. Wade and Bosh, is that a good thing for the NBA?
Well, I personally, it's going to be good. I mean, I don't know the answer to that question, Kevin, to be honest with you. But I'm talking about, forget that. I'm talking about for LeBron's legacy to be a sidekick to a guy who's already won a championship. If he wants to go down as one of the all-time greats, he has to be the best player on a team and lead that team to the championship. He can't team up with Dwayne Wade and think it's going to be the same as him leading the Cavaliers to the championship, because it will not be the same.
Charles, they tried their best in Cleveland, especially this year. What has to happen if he decides to stay with the Cavaliers? What has to change there?
Well, I think the best deal is probably to do a sign and trade, whether it's with the Phoenix Suns for Amari Stoudemire or with the Toronto Raptors for Chris Bosh. I mean, clearly he needs some help. But I don't think the Suns are going to give Amari the maximum. And I know Chris Bosh. You can just tell he wants to leave Toronto. So I think, to me, honestly, that is the best-case scenario, to do a sign and trade with Phoenix or Amari, or a sign and trade with Toronto for Chris Bosh.
Charles, we got some news today. Doc Rivers is going to return to the Celtics for the final year of his deal. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think that the best thing that happened this year, the Lakers were the best team in the NBA, but Doc Rivers proved at beating Cleveland, beating Orlando, taking the Celtics to 7 games, he is one of the elite coaches in the NBA. I thought Doc Rivers' reputation, he's always been a terrific coach, but his reputation went through the roof during the playoffs this year, and that was unbelievable what he had those Celtics do.
Now, there's a story in the Arizona Republic quoting you would listen to the Suns if they offered you the GM job, and you would not re-sign Amari Stoudemire. Why?
Well, I think Amari's a terrific player, but he's had microfracture surgery, for one. Secondly, he has problem with his eyes, and I've had a doctor tell me he's one poking his eye away from maybe ending his career. And the third reason is he's not ever been the best player on his team. So I would not give him the maximum. And I think those are three legitimate reasons. That's nothing against him. He's a terrific player, but this is business. There's nothing personal.
Now let's talk about your future. You're a star on TV with TNT. Why would you want to become a GM in the NBA?
Well, I think for me, Kevin, I need that challenge. TV is great. I love the people at TNT. But for me personally, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not saying I'm going to fail. But TV, as you know, is like stealing, you know. But I personally, I love my job. TNT is great. I love Kenny and Ernie. But for me personally, at some point, I want to challenge myself and see. It's easy to get on TV and talk about who should be traded and who should be drafted. But I want that personal challenge myself at some point.